Greetings and salutations, Charlton66 here once again with another video. This is coming after I've tried I tried to shoot another video that was part 2 of the random short box. But after I put all the comics away, put the box away, the video never came out. So I don't know what happened. So the long box video just disappeared, and I was going to reshoot it, but I put all the comics away. And I don't know, or I can't recall what I showed in the first video versus the second video, and it's going to be too much trouble to try to figure all that out. So I figured I'd just shoot another video on what the channel is about. It's Charlton Comics in a nutshell. So I'll shoot some, do some video on Charlton. Without further ado, I hope I did not have done these, have not showed these already, or have not done the video already earlier. I made a list of the horror titles that I've done from Charlton, and the Beyond the Grave and Professor Coffin did not make the list. I didn't see them on there, so hopefully I literally have not done the video. And again, my sincere apologies if you're watching a video that you've seen content before, but revisiting the issue sometimes is just as fun. So like I said, I'm pretty sure I didn't shoot these videos. So without further ado, one very high grade copy, which is very hard to find, particularly that it's an all black cover and it's a Charlton. That into itself makes it a hard copy to find in decent shape. But it's an awesome Tom Sutton cover from Beyond the Grave. Well, Beyond the Grave #1. Like I said, it's very nice, real sharp. #1 says all new, but that doesn't last very long with Charlton. All right, it's the first issue, and this is sporadic for me. The Beyond the Grave, for some reason, I can't find some of the issues. If I do find them, they're not in the condition I like them in. This #3 is very well maintained. The blacks are really sharp on this. It's an awesome Steve Ditko cover. And again, the blacks are real sharp on this. This is #3, not #2. All new Beyond the Grave #4. This looks like a Tom Sutton cover as well. Shannon, you'll tell me if it's not, but I think that it is. And like I said, I jump around a lot on this issue. #10, it goes from I think there was a big drop in it, yeah, because #4, Beyond the Grave, February of '76 with a 25-cent cover price. And again, Charlton's sporadic publishing and distribution. #10 is 1983 with a 60-cent cover price. Oh, forgot to say, Ditko and Sanho Kim have artwork in #1. #3, Ditko. And #4, we've got Howard in here in Ditko with a 1-page illustration. Might have just been one vignette, like a little story. But again, we jumped to #10. It was a 7-year gap. And we've got #10. They've covered 6 issues in a 7-year gap. That's how Charlton rolls sometimes. But again, #10, great Ditko Egyptian motif cover. And it's got Ditko artwork and a Paul Kupperberg writing story in that. Written story in that. And #11, 1983. These are starting to get scarce. 1983. They're about to close up shop in a couple years, so the distribution is real spotty. This might be a Larson cover. Forgot Larson's first name. Howard, Ditko, and Staten all have artwork in this. It's a lot of talent to be in one comic book. Great cover there. Ditko and Sutton have artwork in this. This is a Larson cover on this. I forgot Larson's first name. It'll come to me. Number 14, 1984. That's a great cover. Beyond the Grave, number 15, 1984. This looks like a Sutton. Don't see, but it's could be Sattler, Perlin, and Howard. Warren Sattler, Don Perlin, and Wayne Howard all have. We'll get to more Wayne Howard here in a minute. It's all in this issue. I think that's a Sutton cover. And this is the last issue. It's got Ditko, Staten, and Newton artwork in this. Don Newton's got some stuff going on in this with a Ditko cover. Last issue from Beyond the Grave, 1984, and they jumped to 75 cents at that time. So this is a scarce book. Onward to, I've showed this before. I kept it with my rest of my Mysterious Traveler. Tales of the Mysterious Traveler number 5, with a great gray tone Ditko cover, and it has 2 Ditko stories in this. 1957, I believe. This is a great comic book. Hard to find and grade, and you're going to be paying a premium for this book. The radio show is very, very good if you're into old-time radio. Tales of the Mysterious Traveler, great radio show, and Ditko, I think, conveys the Mysterious Traveler that you hear on the radio. His physical appearance is never really described, but as you see it in here, you get the feeling it's the same person. You hear the voice from the radio show when you read the comic. So that's number 5, and again, they're hard to get a hold of. You pay a lot of money for them. So that's from number 5. We jump to number 14. Number 5 was from 57. Number 14 here is from 85, with a 75-cent cover price. With a great Ditko cover. He's back. Tales of the Mysterious Traveler. This is in pretty high grade. This is towards the end. Low print run on this. And it's a pretty decent cover. Nice black. Really shines, really pops on that. And this is the last issue. No, it's a low print run. This is in pretty gnarly shape, but number 14. This is number 15. December of 85. Again, they're closing up shop at this point. And again, it's a low print run. Again, this is not the best. They're just hard to find. And if I can find a better copy, I'm snagging it. But this can be in better shape. All right, this was a one-shot. Shadows from Beyond. I don't have my price guide handy, but I think this was continuation from another title. I don't know what it was. I think they might have had 1 or 2 issues. It might not be just a one-shot, but it's Shadows from Beyond number 50, which was continued from another series that Charlton often did. And for the life of me, I can't remember on the top of my head. I wrote my little note on the back. Formerly Unusual Tales. I should just trust myself. Yeah, volume 2, number 50, only issue. And made my notes on the back there. So this is kind of they use his cover from something else. I have the original comic that they use his cover from, but I think the background was reddish, not blue. But that's what Charlton did sometimes. Just great stuff to have in the collection. Now onward to a comic book called Midnight Tales. It was later changed to Professor Coffin. This was an artist by the name of Wayne Howard. A few African American artists that made it really big. Did very little work for Marvel, and he did some work for Warren, I do believe. But his claim to fame really is his Midnight Tales with Professor Coffin and his vast ghouls and everything else. And you can tell by looking at Wayne Howard's work and the way he signs his name. He's from the school of Wally Wood. You can just tell by his art style and his technique and his attention to detail, and of course how he signed his name. So without further ado, here's Midnight Tales #1. And again, if I've gone through this already, I can't remember if I did the Midnight Tale run or not. But again, for new reviewers, hope you enjoy it. The first issue. Let's look at the detail that he puts onto the page. You can tell heavily influenced by Wally Wood, even down to his signature. Created by Wayne Howard. Just phenomenal stuff. Really enjoy this series. Again, he didn't get the following I think he should have. He died at a very young age. But Wayne Howard is up there as one of the, for me, a top artist of the time. The detail of the cover is just tremendous. And I think I've never seen Charlton put created by credits for anybody, even with Pam, with Peter Cannon Thunderbolt, and some other books. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't have every Charlton book, so I don't know what they put. But it's the first time I've seen it created by, and then the creator, which, you know, kudos to Charlton. They call him the Midnight Philosopher in this, but they change it to Professor Coffin, and it's the same dude. Midnight Tales #3. I don't have #2. I may have it. It may be in another box. But the detail is really good. Got a little Prince Valiant action going on here. But again, there's a created by Wayne Howard here at the bottom. It's tremendous. It's a fun series. A lot of ghosts and ghouls and monsters and stuff in here. This one has a big spider on the cover. Again, created by Wayne Howard. #9. I jumped from, what was this last one? #3 to #9. They're just, Charltons are just hard to find in decent shape that that I really don't have, or this is #13. It's got a great cover. Shows a demon tied to a bed, and I'm his exorcist. It seems he's possessed by a human. So a human has possessed this demon apparently, and the Midnight Philosopher, aka Professor Coffin, is going to figure out what's going on. Midnight Tales #15. Nice doorway to space cover. Midnight Tales #16. Good Lord, I've been created by a monster. And it's a normal looking person being created by a monster. The roles are reversed, but still great machinery work there. You can tell very Wally Wood-esque. Midnight Tales #17, which is a very bizarre cover. Pretty nice high grade copy though. Midnight Tales #18. All this has Wayne Howard work in it, so there's no one different inside of here. other than Wayne Howard. There might be a one-page illustration or something like that, or a spot illustration by somebody else. This is a low print run. Professor Coffin, this is number 20, changed from Midnight Tales to Professor Coffin. I think it was number 20, 1985. Low print run on this. And last issue, low print run. Again, rehash of of one of the covers for the issues that we saw previously with the medieval people playing chess. So that's the last issue for this run. Again, 1985, 86. They've closed up shop at this point. Charlton has. Last of the comics were going out. Most of them were reprints. And they were only going out to certain places. I don't know what the percentage of how much they sent out to through the United States, but the distribution was just spotty. I think they were just using reprints and just using old inventory that they've already had in their files, and just putting out comics at that point. Sadly, they've come to an end, so it's a little company that could, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging in there, listening to me ramble about Charlton. Hope you enjoyed the books, and thank you for the subscriptions. Please subscribe if you've not done so, and please leave a comment. I love the comments. I love reading the comments. I reiterate that all the time, that I respond to each comment individually, personally, that I take note on what's said in the comment, and I comment back. So I do appreciate reading what's there. Again, thanks, folks. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time.